Hey guys, thanks for tuning into today's video. My name's Ruth, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you haven't yet, you can subscribe somewhere below if you like these videos, and you can see them every week. Alright, so today I want to talk about something that's really sacred to me, and I want to talk to you about the power of dance. Primal dance to help with opening up your 3 lower chakras, to give you sexual autonomy, to give you power, and to really work with those 3 lower chakras to help you to unspiral and to be able to open up the rest of your chakras. Because if we don't kind of work on this root area at the bottom, the 3 lower chakras, then we can't really ascend into our mind and our higher selves without doing that work at the bottom. And dance is an incredible way to do that, and it's absolutely pivotal to my practice, and it's something I do every day. So I really wanted to share with you how much it's helped me, how it could help you, especially around creativity, sensuality, sexuality, and really getting autonomy in those areas and feeling confident and powerful. So let's dive into it. Okay, so as you know, we've talked about this before in other videos. We have these chakras that run through our center, these energy points, and at the bottom we have 3 sort of root base chakras that we can work on and help to open those up so that we can ascend and look at the higher ones. And starting with the very bottom one, the root one, our root chakra, basically that is absolutely key to us feeling grounded, us feeling like we can trust, feeling that we are confident in ourselves. It's a very primal area, the root chakra. So that's why dance is so pivotal and can be so important in this area, because basically it helps us to feel grounded. So if this chakra is going to be open and we're going to have energy open in this area at the root, we really need to be grounding and connecting with the earth. So if, like me, you sat on a computer all day and you don't necessarily get out there and you're not on the land, and we're not living in community anymore, and we're not having sacred rituals around the land, then it can be something that's quite challenging to sort of stay vital in that area. So one of the things that I like to do is primal dance. So when I say primal dance, what I mean is that kind of like, I'm trying to set a scene here of how it would look. So it would be very much kind of rooted down, and the feet are really in the earth. So ideally some sort of like barefoot dancing outside in commune with nature. Like the feet are in the dirt, you're in the ground, you're really like bending into your knees, and you're feeling the ground and the energy of that come up into that root chakra, which kind of lies at the top of the legs and the bottom of the abdomen. So what we can do when we do that sort of dancing is like, it's kind of like this picture I get in my mind. Let's just close our eyes and I'll kind of try and describe it. So like, imagine an African scene and we're in the bush and we're all kind of like in this sort of like really like grounded state, and we're really grinding our heels and the base of our feet into the earth, and we're feeling that connection with the dirt underneath us, and there is no separation between us and the ground, and there's a fire and people are dancing around, and there's men and there's women and there's children and there's drums, and we're kind of just going wild, and we're getting into that beat, and we're feeling the beat, and we're feeling it through our feet, and it's traveling up our legs into our root chakra. So that's really powerful, and that's the kind of dancing, that kind of like African, very into the ground, like Amazonian primal energy that we can bring in through that sort of dancing. And ideally, like I say, do it outside, try and get barefoot, try and get on the grass, try and get into the dirt. And if you can't do that, just do it barefoot in your house or wherever you can in a dance studio, and just really feel your feet in the ground and feel that energy coming up. And it's a really incredible feeling, and you can do it to kind of any music, but I find like anything with like a really like deep bass, potentially some sort of like like a drumming type feel, like that that beat to it where you really feel like you can get into it is really helpful. So I tend to do that nearly like every morning, or at least once a day, maybe more. I take like micro breaks from my desk. I like put a tune on and I really get into that. And like I say, barefoot is best. And if you can do it outside, great. So that can really help with that root chakra, which is very much connected to like our carnal, primal selves. And if we neglect that and we sit on a chair all day, or we don't really kind of have that connection with the earth, then we can really become very disconnected from that root chakra. So if you can do it each day, then try it out. It's a really great practice. And it's the key thing is like feeling into the earth and feeling into the ground, and there's no separation between you and the ground. You are part of the earth, and it's an incredible feeling when you have the music on and you really get into that and you can feel the energy coming up into that root chakra. So that's the work that we can do around that particular chakra. And then once we've got that beat and we've got that flow and we've got that juiciness coming up, then we can move up into our sacral chakra. So our sacral chakra is all about kind of that confidence, that playfulness, that creativity, that flow. So once we've got that trust and that groundedness from that root chakra, we can really move into the sacral chakra. And it's so invigorating once you've got that connection between the first one and then you move on to the second one. And this is very much around like sensuality and sexuality and flow, and we're moving into the hips and that kind of area. So like moving on from like that African like bush scene, we can imagine now that we're in some sort of like souk and there are people belly dancing, or we're in like the Polynesian kind of feel, or Hawaiian where we've got the women doing the hula and we've got all that sort of energy going on. So we're moving up into a different kind of energy now, and that's a really, really, as a woman, an incredible feeling to be able to do that. So this is very much about kind of feeling that flow. So we talk about like the infinite eight. So like this kind of, I'm trying to draw it, it's probably backwards, like this kind of eight that we can do with our hips, and we can flow through that sacral chakra, and that can be very sort of empowering and create a flow. So it's got that kind of like water feel, and so we've got the fire of the root chakra and then we've got the flow of the sacral chakra, and they're working together. And again, that can be done through the same dance practice. Maybe you want to make a playlist and you have some more of those like earthy tunes to start off with, and then we move into the more kind of flow of the sacral chakra, and kind of allowing that sort of creativity and that playfulness. You know, this isn't about us trying to impress someone with like our dance moves, or trying to live up to something out of like some sort of like music video or whatever references we've got. This is about just you closing your eyes and feeling into your body. So that can be very revitalizing, and especially if it's say you're in like the first half of your cycle and you're in that spring summer and you're looking to be quite creative and you're very fertile. This sort of movement here can really help with the flow of that, and to get you into a really kind of positive mindset with your own body as well. So that sacral chakra is really fun to play around with. And then once we've moved from the sacral chakra, we're moving up to the third of the lower chakras, the solar plexus chakra. And then this is much more of like a warrior energy. So we're moving into kind of, we've got the trust, we've got the flow, and now we're coming up into that sort of warrior, the solar plexus, and we're being really confident. We can kind of step things up a bit. We can maybe sort of like raise the tempo. So we've gone from a flow and now we're kind of going into a higher tempo and we're getting confident. We've got that like that warrior, that fire in us, and that balance between the flow and the root. And it's really kind of amazing to feel how these 3 chakras can come together through dance. And obviously we can carry on through the chakras, and we could do all of them, but not got time on this video, so I'm just focusing on the bottom 3. So once you've worked through those bottom 3 and you feel like you've got a practice where you're really connected with that, then you can then look at how you can move into the heart and move up, you know, right up through them. And as I say, dance has been an incredible daily practice for me to help me with this, and it's not about anyone else, it's just about me connecting with the elements of nature, the elements of my own body within myself, the beat of the music, and it's so transforming. And if you've gone through any sort of trauma, particularly any sort of like sexual trauma or any sort of like past experiences that have made you feel quite tensed up, the practice of dance can really help. And you know, you can do it in an informal way like I've just described, like I just do it at home and just do it every day whenever I can. And it's a nice thing to be able to do on your own, but you can also do it in a group, which is incredibly transformative. And sometimes being around other people and feeding off their energy in a group can really kind of take it up a level if you feel confident enough to do that. So I'm going to recommend that you could try 5 rhythms, which is a kind of a flow of a wave of dance where you go through all of these different states. And another one which I've tried personally, which I could really recommend, is Dance Mandala. So Dance Mandala is where you are taken through it's kind of like every colour of the rainbow of dance, and you just close your eyes and everyone's doing their own thing and you can just go wild and really connect with those lower chakras, and it can be very emotional. So when I did it the first time, I did it in Mexico, and I just lost my shit. I really lost my shit, and by the end of it I was in tears. I was hugging myself. Oh my god, I sound like such a hippie. I was hugging myself, and it healed a lot of trauma for me. A lot of that was around grief. It really helped me with that. And so there are groups that you can go to where you can also access this kind of like primal dance energy to help you with these lower chakras. And yeah, I mean, it's been transformative in my life. I know so many other people that use dance to help them with trauma. It's that idea that, you know, like, we've got to talk about Taylor Swift, because, you know, that idea of like shaking it off. You know, dance, like if you've got trauma in your body, you have got energy that's blocked. Like if you dance and you go for it, and like I say, with these lower chakras, you can really shake off a lot, and you just feel transformed when you've finished. So I really hope this has helped give you an insight into how dance can help, particularly with you harnessing your own sexual energy and really opening up these root chakras and these lower chakras. So let me know how you find, like how you use dance as well. I'd love to know. I know so many people that find dance so therapeutic. It's my therapy. I mean, I see a counsellor as well, but dance is one of my primary therapies, and it's so much fun as well. So yeah, let me know what gets your sort of juices flowing and how you find dance helps. And I will maybe do another video. Maybe I could do 2 more. I could do one on kind of moving dance up through the chakras, and I also want to really do one on dance therapy for grief and pain, because, you know, when I'm in grief or I've lost someone or I'm going through something really traumatic, dance is huge in my recovery from that as well. So that is another video that I will post. And yeah, comment below, let me know if you liked this video. I'll be sharing another video next week, hopefully next Tuesday. Try and stick to Tuesdays, but you know, Tuesday-ish, maybe Wednesday. And have a good week, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye.